Butch and Bob Show.
Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO, 105.5 FM in Jesup. Well, Bob, you ready for another tropical storm?
Might as well be.
Not a thing we can do about it, right? It's coming our way.
Coming our way.
At least we're not in southwest Georgia or south central Georgia. They're under hurricane warning. We're under a tropical storm warning and tornado watch. Being on the east side of the hurricane, that's where the greatest chance of tornadoes are. And so the greatest chance of tornadoes for this storm coming through is southeast Georgia. So aren't we lucky, Bob?
It's like those two linebackers when they played Warner Robins. They said, he's coming your way. He says, I know it ain't nothing I can do about it.
And we got Jason Weaver here this morning. I guess y'all kind of shudder and scriven every time you hear the word tornado. Is that right, Jason?
Man, it's we take it serious.
You take it very serious in scriven. Once you get hit by one, you take them a little serious, don't you?
Right.
I got Jason Weaver here this morning, the mayor of Scriven, Georgia. Good morning, Mayor.
Good morning. Good morning.
What's
beautiful morning outside.
It's gorgeous. Just drizzly out there. You said everything seemed to be kind of in slow-mo?
Everything's in slow-mo right now, just making sure you don't miss anything.
All right. What are y'all doing preparing the Scriven for the storm?
We're getting our generator set in case power does go down. But I have to tell you, Butch, in 6 years, we only been one time without power for 20 hours, I would say. Georgia Power just phenomenal on keeping the power on inside the inner cities of, I mean, they do a great job.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's several times we hadn't lost power in the city at all through a bunch of these storms, and our guys come in and they stay on shift, and they ride the roads every hour throughout the storm, and if any tree comes down, we move it right then to the side so that we keep our roads passable. So we're just getting generators ready, chainsaws, everything.
Everything's prepared to go out there and try to move it off the roads and help things be safe for the
preparing
public
for the unpreparable.
Unpreparable.
That's right.
Okay, and I know that you go to see certain parking lots, so forth, and you'll see trucks there from Georgia Power or one of the EMCs out there, all huddled together, getting ready to head out when they need to.
What made me a couple minutes late, I was looking at the Atlanta report. They're freaking out in Atlanta because this thing's supposed to go right through Atlanta. And they're like, I was arguing with my wife this morning because they keep saying, Atlanta's a tree city and a canopy city. I'm like, I don't know who's been to Metro Atlanta lately, but it's a buildings. I mean, there ain't we got more trees in Scriven they got in Atlanta. And I'm thinking they're going to find that one oak tree that falls down in Atlanta, and they're going to promote the mess out of it. Watch and see what I tell you.
Every TV station will be up there with that one tree that's down.
Well, they better worry about is the flood city, because they just flooded not long ago. You remember on a busted water line.
Oh, well,
so now they get rain.
Yep, going right up I-75.
I don't see the trees when I go to.
I don't see the trees in the Metro Atlanta either.
Back in the Olympics, back in 1996, when the Olympics were held in Atlanta, there was promos on television leading up to it, and they said, "Out of the forest grows a city." Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I guess there's a lot less forest there now than there was in 96.
It's hot. There's no shade. I mean, everybody's walked around Atlanta that's been there and knows it's hot. There's no shade. There's interstate galore, more asphalt and concrete than you ever seen. And the buildings, you get a breeze because when that wind comes through the tunnels down them, whatever you call it, their roads, roads, and there's a breeze. But I just don't see these big.
I don't see any trees.
National champion turkey oaks and live oaks, and
you got to get out of the downtown area a little bit to see all those.
Right, which isn't Metro Atlanta, in my opinion.
Yeah, when they say Atlanta, they say Metro and probably every county that touches Cobb and Fulton, and DeKalb.
I know they got a lot of people.
A lot of people. Over half the state, way over half the state of Georgia lives north of I-20.
Wow. I knew they had more in the Metro Atlanta.
No,
I knew they could outvote
what's the interstate? What's the interstate that runs from Augusta to
85? No, that's 20.
20. That's 20. Yeah. Right? Yeah, it's 20.
Yeah. Yep.
So the top third of the state or less land mass has way over half the population.
Yeah, they can elect whatever they want for the state.
Yeah, and see, that cuts right through Atlanta there, so you got all that south of Atlanta too. So north of 20, that interstate that goes from Augusta to Atlanta, north of it, is over half the population of the state of Georgia. Concentrated right up there. Makes it fun driving through there, doesn't it, Mayor?
It's about become normal now. You better just know that. I'll tell you what's worse. You know, they wrote about hell in the Bible a lot, and I do believe that when that book about the Bible that really explains what hell is, and I think that person lived in McDonough.
Why do you think McDonough? That's just south of Atlanta now.
Have you been to Atlanta lately and went through from Locust Grove to McDonough?
No, I haven't been to Atlanta in
when
quite
you
a while.
do, you'll know you have visited hell.
It's bumper to bumper all the time.
And for no reason. There's no reason.
That's
Everybody just stops. Oh my God, we got to stop.
That's what I tell my sisters. There's no wrecks or anything. I don't understand, but it's every time you go there. Doesn't matter what time of day, it just slows down. It's bumper to bumper.
If somebody just lets off from the gas for a couple of seconds, the whole train has to let off.
I mean, I could understand if there's a wreck.
Me too. But there's none. You get up there and it's like,
why is this
what
stopped?
did we do that for? That was dumb.
Yeah. Somebody saw something on the side of the road and slowed down, so the whole thing had to slow down.
It really makes no sense.
You better add 30 to 40 minutes to your trip for Locust Grove to McDonough.
Exactly.
Wow. Well, we do have Mayor Weaver in here from the city of Scriven this morning. What's the purpose you're in here for, Mayor, other than to talk about the weather?
Hey, I brought my daughter. Traffic. I brought my daughter in here. This was the one that went to Troy that we talked about for about 6 years.
Oh, this is the Troy student.
That's right.
All right.
That's right. And she kicked off a little thing in Scriven last year called Trunk or Treat because a lot of the trick-or-treating around, you know, especially COVID, when we went through COVID time, it was a little bit different. And people just don't, man, the world's changed. You know that. Everybody knows that so much to where they don't hardly get out and trick-or-treat at house to house anymore.
Have you been to some of the neighborhoods I've seen?
Well, see what I mean? But
There's
I mean, why would you not want to come?
There's a few popular
to the
neighborhoods.
#1 small town USA in trick-or-treat. I mean, why would you not? Everybody
Why
over there
not?
is so friendly,
That's right.
so nice. The mayor over there, hey, you never know what he's going to tell you. I mean, you might hear something new, you might hear something old, you never know.
Never know.
So she kicked off a trunk or treat down Bill Royal Street.
Trunk or treat.
Which is the ball field road. And last year was the first year, and man, it was phenomenal. We had a phenomenal crowd, and I mean, she did a great job. So she's doing it again this year, and I brought her in, let her talk about it, and tell what she's got going on. Her name is Reagan Horton now. I keep having to remember that. She's not Reagan Weaver
She
anymore.
got married on you, huh?
Got married, give me a grandson. God wouldn't never let me have a little boy, so she finally brought one into the family for us.
Morning, Reagan. Oh, let me cut your mic on. Say it again.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Okay.
It's early for me.
You going to Troy has made your dad through the years just a big Troy fan.
I mean, my goodness.
man.
I'm such a has-been, too. I don't think he'll ever get over that.
Because you left Troy and you went somewhere else to finish your education,
Yes,
right?
sir. During COVID, I moved home, and then I went to Georgia Southern for a year. And then that didn't last very long, so I'm rekindled with my husband, and we're home and have a beautiful little boy.
Okay, so Reagan, you're in here, and so tell us about the trunk or treat.
Yes, sir. Last year and again this year, we're doing it on Halloween, trying to keep the tradition alive. When I was little, my granny was very determined that we were walking the streets and getting our candy. There was no hopping in and out of vehicles, and I really wanted to bring that back because when I moved back to Scriven, I got to live in the city and do trick-or-treat myself for the first time, and we had like 3 trick-or-treaters, and 2 of them were my siblings, so that was really sad. And I told Dad last year that I just wanted to start something where everybody could go and they could feel safe and really just get the 2000s experience. And the easiest way to do that is a trunk or treat. I've been to several throughout the years at churches, and I just thought that it was the easiest way to get everybody involved in one central location. So I decided to do it on the ball field street because when I was younger, that's where all the festivals were held.
Right.
And it just made it one central place where I felt like everybody could bring their kids and feel like you could let your kids go and run and trick-or-treat at every little stop. And I am actually obsessed with dressing up and doing the themes and everything. So I made everybody decorate their vehicles in a theme, and we had some really good turnouts. We did a jungle theme. That was really cool. We had the Addams Family, Toy Story, barnyards, glow in the dark. It was really cool to see everybody show out, and I want to make it bigger and better this year. So I'm already getting slots open. So if you're interested in coming and opening your trunk and handing out candy, please message me on Facebook. My name is Reagan Horton. You can find it via my dad's Facebook because he tags me and everything. And I'm already getting slots open for that. If you don't want to hand out candy, please come and get candy. I'm going to Sam's next week, so hopefully I will have enough. We ran out last year.
Okay, and when we say trunks, we think of the traditional trunk in the back of a car, but so many people have SUVs and trucks these days. So trunk just becomes a symbol for the back of your vehicle, whether you pop open the top of your SUV or you're sitting on the back of your pickup there, whatever the case may be, or just a regular trunk or treat. And so you're looking for people who will to enter their vehicles there and have the candy available for the kids. Is that right?
Yes, tables, booths, vehicles. We had fire trucks. We had motorcycles open up their carry-ons. Anything you want to bring. If you want to bring a basket and a lawn chair, we'll have you.
Bring your horse.
Yeah, get candy from the trunk end of a horse, right?
That's right.
Absolutely. Heck, we've seen it all there.
And so people come and they just park all around there, and the kids go up and down where all these vehicles are lined up to get the candy and enjoy whatever activities the people decide to do on their little space, right?
Yes, we're actually so lucky to have the city offering bounce houses this year, which was something that I was really interested in doing last year, but I didn't know if it would be too hectic. So
well, it's a good thing that you've got connections with the city.
Oh, yeah, I'm in tight with the mayor.
Okay.
He's an all right dude.
No, we ain't that tight now.
Just 24 years.
Just do right.
And so what hours are this going to be on Halloween Day there in Scriven?
Yes, we're going to try to kick it off about 6. I feel like that's plenty of time for parents to get home and get their kids slapped in a costume and push them out the door. We try to wrap it up about 8 o'clock because my baby's bedtime is 8:30. So.
That's about 30 minutes past my bedtime.
Yeah.
And so that's great. On Halloween, October 31st, starting at 6 o'clock there, right there next to the Grace Community Center. All the vehicles will be lined up, all kinds of fun, safe area for the kids, bounce houses, and all kinds of good stuff going on there.
Yes.
Also, we do still have the traditional trick-or-treaters that still participate, too, quite a few, actually, in the city. So when they come to that area, they can come through that trunk-or-treat, and they can go to the streets. A lot of them are right there around it. I mean, most people know.
You got all those houses right around the Grace Center.
They have all the lights on there. Dr. Pumpelli and them, Miss Janet and them down 9 Run, or C.W. Collins. I'm sorry. My parents, her nana, Wasden Street still. I mean, all those streets still. I know Adam Lastinger and them on the corner are already decorating. Dee and Eddie. I mean, you have a lot of the traditional old families that really wanted this brought back that still sit in their yard and hand out candy. So you got more than just that little trunk or treat street right there if you bring your children over and go around. And it's a safe neighborhood. We just we'll have law enforcement out there because we have a lot of trailers and buggies and golf carts hooked to a trailer, and they'll have 10 or 15 kids on that and coming through. I mean, That's just how we do in Scriven.
I've seen a lot of folks do that. They'll put get a four-wheeler of some sort and put a trailer behind it and just, pull the kids, like a little hayride thing going around to house. When I was growing up in Jacksonville in the 60s and the mid 50s to the mid 60s when a trick or treat, mom and dad would just send all 4 of us out and say, go get your candy and come back. They didn't, we just walked up and down Hugh Edwards Drive and had a good old time trick or treating.
I bet that don't happen now in Jacksonville.
But even as you moved into the 80s, when my 2 boys were trick or treating, when we were in Aiken, South Carolina, in our neighborhood, which was kind of spread out, we had a minivan. We had the doors slid open, and we'd drive up, and they'd get out, run up the house truck, come back, and so forth. Unless the houses were like right side by side, and they just ran over to the next one. But the lots went in from 1.5 acres to 3 acres, so they're kind of spread out.
We still do have some parents in Scriven, praise the Lord, might be one of the last towns around America that do just send their kids out. We have some that just send their kids out that shouldn't, but we do still have
but
that.
It's been a long time since I've known folks who just send their kids out. Say, all right,
be home before the lights come on.
That's right. Be back in an hour and a half, whatever the case may be, and you come back and everybody can compare their candy and so forth like that.
Yeah, trade.
Yep. And so, but today, ever since I know the '80s, most a lot of the parents stayed with their kids through the neighborhoods, or maybe they're just ride along the edge of the road real slowly while the kids run from house to house, because you got a few neighborhoods around here that are very
Wayne
popular.
Terrace is still
Wayne Terrace is still big. Yeah.
That's a good thing. That brings back what I like about this, and that's a small town America. I mean, face to face interaction. I love it.
Okay. So, Reagan, it starts at 6 o'clock on Halloween, right?
Yes, sir.
The big trunk or treat there in Scriven, the Grace Community Center, all kinds of vehicles set up with all kinds of decorations. You have a theme this year?
For myself?
For the event.
The event is bring your own theme. I want to see everybody decorate. Last year we were graced with the city offering a contest for us. That was really nice.
Okay.
My family placed.
Okay.
And so, yeah, just think of your favorite Halloween tradition, your favorite Halloween movie, your favorite Disney movie, your favorite anything. My family's actually doing The Wizard of Oz this year. So whatever you like, put it together, head to the Dollar Tree, grab some decorations, and pull up.
Now, is it BYOC? You bring your own candy?
Yes.
All right, bring your own candy.
Because the dollar store ran out last year, too. So bring as much as you can.
Bring your own candy.
But we got $2 stores now.
$2 stores.
$2.
That's right. Inflation.
Yes, sir. We got the baby Walmart over there, rocking and rolling. Saved me last night.
Well,
my wife asked me for one thing: a Whopper Jr. with cheese, with ketchup, and extra pickles. I went to Burger King. I know I'll probably get 35 texts after this. I went to Burger King to get it. They were out of pickles. I said, "Out of pickles?" She said, "Yes, sir." I said, "Well, the Lord does happen to make mistakes. So, okay." So, I run through Dollar General. I bought a whole jar of pickles. So, she had all the extra pickles she wanted.
You should have just came to my house. I got 3 jars in the fridge.
All right. Yep. You got your mini Walmart down there in Scriven, which I remember the residents of. When we say that, it's Dollar General, and and down there, and so that helps the folks don't have to drive, somewhere else to get something, right?
It has been a blessing. It really has.
They got real good meat.
Yeah, they got fresh meat, which I think you told me you've been in there.
And, I was
really
down
nice,
that way
really
for
nice
some
store.
reason, and I decided to go in there and look around, and it was real nice.
It is. They do a good job.
And download the app.
We're proud to have it.
All the sales.
Yeah, they got all the sales on the app you can download. You know how that I mean, this another generation right here, app this.
App this. I don't use the app for anything.
They still have the sale paper, too.
Yeah.
Well.
Yep, that's true. All right.
What
Anything else about Scriven you want to talk about this morning, Mayor?
I've talk about Scriven for 40 years.
40 years? 40.
Well, nobody love it like me. Oh, yeah, they do, too. There's people that love it more than me. But I'm coming along.
Okay. Bob, any questions or comments for Jason this morning?
Bob, what's going to happen? I got one for you. What's going to happen in the whole trade? I mean, I hear all these crazy different aspects of trade and rumors out for Tua and Miami, and now Stetson's being thrown into it. What can Stetson do for Miami? And Garoppolo seemed to be the answer for me, but
Miami needs a quarterback, that's for sure. But Tua, they said, he's guaranteed all that money, but that's why they said he's got to get back. He can't act like he's just going to retire because he'll lose that money. This is in his contract, so he's going to. A lot of people don't want to see him back on the field. They think he's just not. Those concussions just adding up.
I mean, he can't
for
have
his health.
Yeah.
So, but apparently his contract's got it, or he's got to act like he's trying to come back. So, but Miami definitely needs. They don't have a quarterback right now, so I don't know what they're going to do.
Tell you what they're going to do. Tyreek Hill going to walk if they don't get a quarterback pretty quick.
What's that?
Tyreek Hill.
He's going to walk. Going to walk back to South Georgia. Go back to Douglas.
Yeah. Well, he might get a ride back there if he keeps acting crazy.
It's interesting. I said, it'd be curious what they wouldn't do, but
in Jacksonville, my stabbing boy, old Trevor, old shaggy hair Trevor. I couldn't wish it on a better person.
You don't like Trevor?
You remember I told you what he did to me over there in Savannah?
I like Trevor. Trevor's a good guy.
Well, his bodyguard ain't a good guy.
Well, bodyguards are supposed to intimidate.
Bodyguard is. I'm just shocked how they're playing. They're just not playing very well.
They're not.
Yeah, the offense especially.
You got to protect the football.
I figured by this year they would have it. I mean, you take a look. You listen to some of the pundits beforehand, and they were talking about Jacksonville and maybe even winning the division this year, getting back into the playoffs and making a run. And it's just like that the offense is. Did they get a new offensive coordinator or something? I don't know what's going on, but they're not jiving on offense this year.
No, but I tell you who is jiving, and I didn't think was going to jive, and that's Atlanta.
What do you mean they're 1-2?
Yeah, but they playing good football.
You believe in Kirk Cousins?
Do I believe in him?
Yeah, all that money.
I believe.
Look at here, man.
Good luck with that.
I don't believe in none of them
Are
yahoos.
they going to beat the Saints this weekend?
Beat the Saints?
Yeah. That's what they play this weekend.
They have a problem with the Saints.
They always seem to have a problem with the Saints. That's their
I
biggest rival.
I can't.
It's been their 1-3.
When they leave college, it's a whole different person standing out there to me, and I have a issue with that in the NFL deal. I don't know. I mean, I love to watch it because it's something on Sunday, after church to watch. I'd rather watch that than the race cars go turn left all day. And no, but I just, man, I know why they there. When you come over the sideline, you put your baseball hat on and sit down over there and you just wait for your turn. It's not. You're there getting that check.
What do you expect them to do when they come off?
I expect them to be fired up. The defense makes a tackle behind the line. I got the quarterback ought to be the first one out there giving them 5. Thank you. You just saved me because I just threw 16 interceptions in 2 games. I mean,
yeah, the Falcons play New Orleans.
You can't hit the quarterback. What about that?
They'll be at Mercedes-Benz this weekend.
You can't hit the quarterback. I mean, for God's sake, you can't even tackle a man in the NFL
And
anymore.
they still get hurt left, right, forwards, and backwards. You still every time you turn around, every single weekend, there seems to be a starting quarterback's been knocked out for a game or 2 or 3. Now you had Tua come to go down the other day. You got it with other quarterbacks. They still get hit, but just not like they used to.
Yeah, and if they do, there's penalties and you tackled me too rough. And I mean, I saw that one this past weekend. They said he drove him into the ground. He didn't drive him in the ground. It was a clean wrap up tackle.
That was a clean tackle right there. That wasn't dry. What are you supposed to do? Somehow defy gravity with your body and yeah. But
Georgia's got Bama, I guess, huh? Georgia's got Bama at night. In Tuscaloosa.
Yeah. That's right. Big game Saturday night there in Alabama.
Has Nick Saban picked on this one yet?
No, they picked Saturday.
Oh, you know who Nick's gonna pick?
Georgia probably because he likes Kirby.
Yeah, I told Joe that. Joe was arguing last night. We're going to have. I think I'm going to take up on this wager because I'm like you. I think I told Joe Saban's now in the media. He wants to act like he's non-biased, and then you're exactly right. What he's going to do, he's going to pull out the loyalty to Kirby card more than the.
No, he's going to pull out the card for Alabama. All those players on that field, he recruited now.
It doesn't matter. He's going to pull out the.
I don't think it matters, but he's already said Georgia's the best
unbiased.
team in the country.
I'm going to take Georgia over Alabama. I really think.
That's a 2.5 still?
I think it's down to 1.5.
Okay.
But I think Nick Saban's going to pick Georgia on Saturday. That's my gut.
The only thing I'm concerned with
that'll
is
be
that
the big story Saturday. It'll be headlines everywhere. Nick Saban picked against Alabama.
He's not going to pick Alabama.
He's
got a statue out there. He's not going to.
He's in the media now. He's going to.
Yeah, but what about when David Pollack picked against Georgia? And think about how big that was.
That was big.
I think Saban's going to pick Georgia because I think he's going to pull his loyalty to Kirby. Kirby's his mentor. He taught him everything he needs to know. Taught him what a great coach he is. He's going to prove how great a coach he is because it's all Saban's credit.
We got. You
got to be true. Hey, you got to be true to your school. Now,
we better make sure that we.
Joe's convinced he's picking Alabama, but I kept arguing with him. But I think we're going.
We won't know until Saturday morning.
I don't know if we can cover that 17-year-old receiver now, step for step. I don't know. I don't even believe Starks can. I don't believe nobody can.
As the old saying goes, you can't throw from your back. So we'll be all over Mr.
Well, we better. I hope, and I'm just chalking it up that Kirby didn't show a lot last week.
Go look at who Alabama's played so far.
Oh, yeah.
They have played nobody. They have not played a defense like Georgia's going to show on Saturday. So,
and I believe Clemson was better than what people think.
I think Georgia rolls on Saturday.
Okay,
wins at least by a touchdown.
Yep.
I love it.
And Georgia win, but I still think Saban's going to be true to his school.
Okay, well,
he's got a statue out
there.
If he was in another market somewhere other than Tuscaloosa, okay, if he was in Athens, if he was another town, he might, but he's not going to do it there. He's not going to do it.
He's now a journalist. He's acting like he's going to have to be unbiased, and I'm telling you, he's going to pull that Kirby loyalty card. He's going to say, I got more loyalty to Kirby than I do this new coach in Alabama. I don't know this guy very well.
It's not loyalty to the coaches.
But
it's loyalty
he's going to pick the dog.
And your players you recruited.
Plus, he wants to be right. Saban wants to be right.
Right.
He joked a couple weeks ago. He was driving with his daughter, and his daughter says, "Dad, you're doing terrible on the picks." She said, "I got advice for you. Whoever you just think's going to win, pick the other team."
That's what we had to do with you, Bob, for years. You got better in your older age.
Butch, who you got in Southern and State?
Huh? Southern, of course.
State's playing good football right now too.
They
got our Georgia man.
We carry Georgia
coaching.
Southern here on our radio station. We're the voice of the Eagles here for Southeast Georgia. Both of my sons went to Georgia Southern. I got thousands of dollars invested in Southern up there. They're going to win.
All right.
Osmaker's got State favored now.
I get McGee. They gave him a big raise when he won.
Yeah. Well,
Southern's
going to win.
That's going to be a good football game.
Southern's going to
The
win.
key is the power has to stay on.
The power has to stay on.
That's the only thing I'm fearful of.
Where's that? Is that game in Atlanta or
Atlanta.
Oh my
It's in
gosh!
Atlanta.
You better hope, because that whistle they blow for Georgia State when they score a touchdown. I have never in my entire life heard anything the decibels of that. That is the work. We went up there and played them.
The whistle.
Yeah, no, the whistle, the horn. We went up there and played them when Reagan was at Troy, and they beat our eyes in and shouldn't have. Okay, so we had to listen to that darn thing all night long. Every time they score a touchdown or a field goal, they blow that. It is. You can look it up. It's the loudest decibel thing in the state of Georgia, and it will deafen you inside of that old Fulton County Stadium.
No, it's Turner Field.
Oh, is that what it is?
The old Fulton County Stadium is a parking
That's where the
lot.
Falcons was. Yeah.
And then,
This is the old Braves Stadium.
This is the old
Yeah,
Braves
Braves
Stadium.
Stadium.
The old Braves.
Yeah, Turner Field, you're right.
The
You're
Turner
right.
Field, where they built it for the Olympics as the
That's
for
Georgia
the track
State,
and all
you're
that,
right.
and where they had the opening ceremonies and closing ceremonies. They revamped it to make it into the Turner Field for all those years.
Have you seen the new
where the Olympic
hotel
torches.
next to the Benz that they just opened? The
What's the
Signia,
Benz?
Mercedes-Benz.
On Ben, okay,
Signia by Hilton.
No.
And it connects to the Mercedes-Benz.
Does it? Okay.
Well, we had to go there for the Georgia Tourism Conference last week or week before, and that hotel, I asked, because it's brand new and it's super nice, and I'm like, what was right here? I mean, because something had to be here. There was no
Right.
way this was just an open spot. They told me that was the Georgia Dome sat right where that hotel was.
Yeah, great building, but they didn't need it anymore, so they just tore it down and made a hotel out of it.
What they charging that for that motel?
It wasn't but $219. It wasn't high. There wasn't a game in town now.
If it was a game, it'd been another thing.
The
yeah.
night that we got there, Saturday night, there was a soccer, Atlanta United. Now there was more people at that than the Falcons game, I believe, but it was emptying out whenever we were going. I mean,
United plays inside Mercedes.
yes sir. They got their own locker room side and
Okay.
then
Now, Bob, you went there the other day, didn't you, to Mercedes-Benz?
I did.
I went
And
there.
your
the other
Pittsburgh
day.
Steelers
My
won.
Steelers beat up on the Falcons.
Where were your seats there at
I had
Mercedes-Benz?
good seats. I bought them early. I was on the 40-yard line.
All right.
I was right there with the Steeler Nation, waving my terrible tie with my Heinz Ward jersey.
I bet you were
guarantee
having a
you
blast.
I had a blast.
Did you?
Because you don't get to do that very
often.
often.
No, I took my niece's husband. He's a big Steeler fan as
Okay.
well. So
Yeah, y'all had a good time.
went to my niece's.
Who's quarterbacking for y'all now? Johnny Unitas?
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. He's
starting
been
to
doing
grow
good the
on me.
last
How do
couple
you
games.
support
In
that?
fact, here's what we got.
How do you support
Here's
that
what
as
we're
a
gonna
true
do.
dog?
Well, he was a dog at one time.
Ah,
But he left because he couldn't start.
But no, because somebody told him he was mean.
So I try to forget that he went to Ohio State, but I said he's starting to grow on me. He's not turning the ball over. He's being coached up by Mike Tomlin. In fact, we'll trade Russell Wilson to Miami tomorrow for a
That's right.
second-round draft pick.
Let somebody else
For
take that
Tyreek Hill.
Because
contract.
I'm tired of his calf. I mean, how long does a calf take to heal? Somebody tell me that. I mean, he's had this
Well, when
calf.
you our age, Bob, it takes a long time to heal.
He
Yeah,
can't.
but he's in his 30s.
He's a professional athlete, for Pete's sake.
Is he
in
in
his
his 30s or
30s.
40s?
He's got the best trainer in the world. I mean,
late
he
30s.
can't get
What
his
is he, 38,
calf-
39?
He can't get his calf. I mean, I'm done with Russell Wilson and his calf. He needs to move on.
He needs to start milking his cow now.
I mean, they signed him. Not paying him a lot of money, but he got there, and right before the season, in this like the last preseason game, he comes up with this calf injury, and it's been plaguing him every week. Got
Bob,
calf-
have you ever thought that might not be legit?
I don't know what's going on, but I love Mike Tomlin. They keep asking him to make a decision on his quarterback. He says, I don't need to make a decision because Russell Wilson's not healthy. So
He might have said,
don't,
Russell,
don't ask me the question.
I respect you, and we're going to go out and tell everybody that your calf is hurt, but you didn't win this job. I hate to tell you,
Maybe
but
so. We just want to trade. I want to trade him.
Okay.
I
Get
got
him
him.
out of there.
Miami needs him. We're just trading for a second-round draft pick. Go with Justin Fields. Bring back Kenny Pickett. I still miss Kenny Pickett.
Pickett to Pickens.
That's right. Pickens was a big combination.
All right.
I had a good week this week. I actually got into the superintendent's office this week. It's been a long time since I've been in school.
My God. Did you find their list?
Yeah, I'm no longer on the hit list.
Do you have a list of places where you're banned, Bob?
No, we have a list of people that banned.
At least I was number 1 on the hit list. You were number 3.
I was number 3. He was
number
he was
3
1 on the list. I'm not going to say who was 2. I do know, but I'm not going to say publicly.
So there was a list that couldn't go into the
There was a
superintendent's
list.
office, huh?
And Butch, this is not a joke.
Calls, right?
This is not a joke. Bob, we got confirmation that there truly was a list. That's sad, ain't it? That's real sad. That's real sad.
But it was nice to finally get back into school superintendent's office, get interviewed.
Did it look different?
It looked nice.
Good.
She got a nice office.
I talked to her the other morning, and Miss Tony, she's just a
Excited
sweet lady, and
she's got the
I mean,
job,
just
right.
as nice as they come.
Wish her the best. But
Yes. Proud to be
Glad you
back.
got back into it, Bob.
Bring that. Like,
You've never been banned from a school superintendent's office, have you?
in all the years.
In all the years since
there were-
1982, all the way to.
Some superintendents didn't like me at all, but they didn't ban me.
But they didn't ban you, and they still gave you interviews.
What about football coach? You been banned from any of them?
No,
Not. That's been a long time.
because he has to do the coaches show.
Yeah, that's why I wondered. That's why I was wondering.
I've had some interesting relationships with some football coaches too.
Yeah, I know you're kidding.
It's been a long time since they too.
Man, that's. I'm just glad to be. I'm just glad to like. When she said she wanted to bring the pride back in Wayne County, that's where. That's exactly what we need. I mean, the pride had been killed so bad that.
She's going to help
Morale
out
was
that financial situation. That's the main thing they've got.
Yeah.
So no one knows numbers like Tony.
I'll
Williams,
guarantee you.
So that'll be a good thing. But
Okay.
it was, like I said, it's just nice to be back in the office. It's been a while.
Great. I mean, you was able to walk in the door.
Right,
and nobody
exactly.
said, "Sir, no, they're
Right.
they're busy right now."
Security didn't take you out, huh? They got a list on the wall there. The list.
You always know when is Jason in? Hold on a second. Let me check. No, he just stepped out. He's probably sitting in the office.
Okay.
I'm using that as an example. I'm using my name myself, so I don't have to use somebody else's name.
Right, but you wanted to use somebody else's
That's
name.
correct. Because you know they sitting right there. Because what they don't know is it's 2024, and I'm sitting right there looking at them, sitting right there.
All right. Well, that problem's gone. We're moving forward here in Wayne County. Anything else, guys? Because we're out of time.
Just go Dogs.
What about the Braves? Are we out?
No, we're just a game behind.
A game now.
Just a game.
Okay, we
We'll
got-
finish
They
up
got
the
a
regular
doubleheader
season.
against the Mets on Monday. That's going to be a huge
Yeah,
series.
2 games against the Mets on Monday because they didn't play last night's game and they're not playing the night's game, so it's going to be a doubleheader on Monday
to see
after we
what-
play Kansas City this
Let's see if they're
weekend.
charged for tickets for that doubleheader.
I guarantee. I'm scared to death we're gonna lose Max Free because he's gonna be free agency. He'll be free agency after, and
No reason to be afraid. No reason to be afraid.
I know Double
What happens,
A's
happens.
got it. So, I mean, you might as well trust in him.
All right, guys.
Thank you, Butch.
Have a good day. And Reagan, good luck.
Yeah,
Good luck with your trunk or treat and scriven on Halloween starting at 6 o'clock there at the Grace Community Center. Big Dog Country Radio, WIFO FM in Jesup. The time now is 7:37. Good morning.